Aunjanue Ellis and other flag opponents are hoping the recent incidents in Charlottesville will give speed to their campaign to replace the state flag. They set sights on the governor today, and what he told us recently is one of the reasons they believe the governor should reconsider.
In an interview with WAPT on last week, Brian stated that he doesn't know anyone who associates with racist groups.
That we disavow any association they may have with the state of Mississippi or any images that reflect the state of Mississippi.
Flag opponents and actress Aunjanue Ellis, who appeared in movies like The Help, used Governor Phil Bryant's statements as a reason to once again call for him to remove the state flag.
We're not here to beg to take the flag down. We're not here to even ask to take the flag down. We're telling you the flag is going to come down.
And so long as we speak towards the objective of being the leader of the New South, we can't have the images of the noose South. The noose South. Noose.
State lawmakers refused to address a flag change in this year's legislative session, and the governor last week refused a request for a special session to debate the flag. Bryant's office issued a statement Tuesday saying, quote, "My position hasn't changed. Whatever the state is or is not should be decided by Mississippi voters."
They feel like there are no consequences for keeping this flag. They're not going to do anything.
Ellis claims the decision of changing the state flag should be made by the governor.
Well, I don't think civil rights should be given up to a referendum. I think it is a civil right, and it is a civil right to not feel tormented and terrorized by symbols that are supposed to represent the state.
Lieutenant Governor Tate Reeves issued a statement saying his position has not changed. He believes voters should decide. House Speaker Philip Gunn also issued a statement. He says he believes the flag should be removed, although a bill did not even come before the House floor during this past legislative session. The next time lawmakers can take this matter up is in January, when lawmakers return to work here at the state capitol. Scott Simmons, 16 WAPT News.
Okay.